Yeah, it's just the three of us. So anybody got any public comments?
Well, yeah, I can tell you right now, I talked to Andy Harris today about the skate park, and they're really done a lot. They've got containers. They had some guy come in and paint murals, and he did the murals on San Pedro. They look pretty cool.
Yeah, they look cool. I stopped.
Yeah.
I had to go get my mom and take her to the doctor Tuesday.
Yeah.
So as I'm coming back, I go like turn left from Pacific on channel there. And so I stopped and I kind of looked at it, and it looks good so far. It looks really good.
Yeah, they've got it. They're keeping it clean now. And they got porta powers in there. They're going to keep those locked up. They've got most of all the rails done and up to speed. They're getting all the wood done and up to speed and all of that, he says. And he's looking to be done with all the rebuilding and remodeling and having it all painted and everything April, maybe mid to end of April. Yeah. So yeah, it's keeping everybody's happy because it's keeping a lot of the riffraff out and everything. So and LAPD is going to be checking on it all the time. So Port Authorities is out.
Where you at, Kelly?
I am at Hofsut. I had to go to I had to go to Torrance to go to the courthouse. So I stopped here for dinner and
geez. Okay.
Well, you know, we had a meeting on Monday and I didn't think about having a meeting. I don't know why I didn't have this one down today.
Yeah, so that's good though. April's good. Hopefully just in time for summer.
Yeah, and that's what he said. So it looks like it's going to be really nice. So it's
that's good.
If you want to pop in on our issues committee on February, I got him. He's going to come and.
Oh, is he?
I'm going to go Sunday and take pictures of it and all of that. And he show me around and take pictures, and then he'll come in and he could explain everything and give a better in-depth of what's the park doing and all that. So he's willing to come on. So
that wasn't able to be designated as a park, is what they're saying.
Not right now. It could be years, but it's going to stay like it is right now.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So that brings up probably another problem with that marijuana place.
Yeah, the dispensary. Yeah, but it's nothing we can do right now.
Yeah,
they're not a park. So
what we discussed about the town hall with partnering with issues committee, doing that for Rec and Park, regarding all of Rec and Park, getting like the mayor's office in here, Joe's office, park rangers, get the Dan Deadman, LAPD, and just kind of talk about permits for all parks in San Pedro, permits, talk about maintenance, maybe get Raul, the head of maintenance, on it too, about upkeep, because they are not repairing the doors on our park. There's a lot of problems with Averill Park, where the people at Averill Park that live around it, the neighbors, they couldn't get the flowers replanted that people ruined. They couldn't get them. So people all individually out of their pockets bought roses and planted them, had them planted.
Right.
Somebody pulled them up?
There was some, they got ruined, they got vandalized or something. And so people went and put like 24 roses in. They all contributed in the whole neighborhood over there for roses.
Yeah, that's, I hate that. I mean, and they're saying that it could be the homeless doing it, or just
they don't know.
They don't know.
They're
and no one's seen them do it.
I haven't seen a real homeless population around Averill Park.
And then over at Point Furman, over by the fence from where the it's not the main Point Furman Park. There's another park further down beyond the fence where the PV fault thing happened and all that, and the fence is up.
Yeah.
Homeless tents up there.
Oh, wow.
That's designated park area. And that, see, in the park also owns the green belt along where Gaffey is. And this is what I got told at CPAB. That green belt thing where all the benches are across from Target. That is a park. That's considered run by Rec and Park.
Wow. Why is that? Why we're echoing back and
Oh,
forth?
really bad. Why are we echoing?
I don't know.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, Kelly. Put
Yeah.
your mic on mute.
Hold on.
Okay.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
Kelly, you got the speaker on in through the car? Yeah, take it off. We're echoing. That's what I thought. It's bouncing because it bounces in the car and it bounces
Right,
back to
it
us.
bounces.
Yeah.
John's our technical expert.
Well, I, as a sound engineer, I've been for years, so I know.
But yeah, it's weird. They're saying that that's Rec and Park is responsible for that.
Oh, wow. That's
So yeah, so they basically, like the homeless encampment that's on that bench,
they're
they
gonna
said
stay.
the rangers have to come and take care of it, park rangers.
Really? Okay. Wow. Because I guess that's part of the parks then? That's
Yeah,
that's
because
a
I talked to him and asked him to move and told him that he needed to disassemble. And then I guess something happened. He told me that he was going to go back because he didn't leave. And he's still there. And I mean, you can drive by. He's got all kinds of blankets and all kinds of stuff over the picnic table and made a whole camp out of it. Tons of stuff.
wow. I went by where was I? Let me think. I went down 7th Street. I went down 7th and I went down to past Gaffey. I think I went down the Pacific. And I went down all the way down because I was going to go to A1 Market on 8th Street.
Okay.
And I passed Mesa and I was going to turn after the street after Mesa. Is that Center or PV, Palos Verdes? Anyway, I made a turn there. And then on the left, there's 2 tents that were built up. Now, what's funny is there was like that little vacant parking lot. And what's funny is that it looked like the one guy had like 2-3 tents put together.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I go like, Jesus, what is, he's got himself a,
Yeah,
you know.
what they do is they have like furniture and stuff in there that they found that people leave out in the alleys and things like that.
Yeah. Right. What'd you say, Kelly?
3-bedroom condo.
Yeah, basically. You can leave it on. It's not echoing now.
I turned it off the speaker.
The speaker? Yeah, that's what it, yeah. Well, you know, it's funny. If you go down where Beacon, you know how they cleared a lot of them off the harbor?
Down a gulch is where they're at.
Yeah, the gulch, but not too many. There are some that are gone. But if you go there by the gulch, they've got maybe 2 tents together, you know, some of those guys that are there. Well, they got one big one. They usually got some pretty good, you know, I call them the tents of the chic, you know, the ones where you see these movies and they're out in the desert.
Yeah.
You know.
The great big ones.
Yeah, and I'm like, Jesus, they made themselves a house, you know, here, you know, and how do you expect to get them out of there for leaving, you know? And
well, they're not supposed to be in parks, so it's supposed to be just that if they're in a park or in a vicinity of one, they're supposed to be taken out. But like
the problem is they haven't, that ordinance about the parks and the schools and all that Joe put through
hasn't gone through.
It's only for certain areas. and they have to okay it and go through another vote to okay it to be enforced, is what they said at CPAB. I've got the notes here
I mean,
from it.
that's ridiculous, because you know what, it's just, it seems like it's too many,
And
there's
just
too
like
many,
the cameras, just like the cameras
yeah, but it's
for
like too many,
license plate readers we're supposed to get.
well, they did away with a lot of that.
Well, no, they're doing them. We're getting them. But the problem is it's on port property as well as city property. And so it's a combination of port police and LAPD. And so because it crosses two different districts, they have to go through a whole thing with, let's see. There's a whole thing with, it has to go through a certain mitigation legally to have it, for them to get an agreement of enforcement,
Yeah,
basically, for who's gonna be enforcing it. And it's gonna be a joint thing. And so it had to go through legal for the city and all that. And you know how that goes with the city
yeah.
attorneys and stuff handling it.
But yeah, and then it's gotta go through this vote, and they vote for it, and the council people vote,
Right.
then it's gotta go from that vote. And then with the mayor's office and them gotta vote. I mean, that's why it takes months sometimes for,
Yep.
just to get something through. It's ridiculous.
But for the town hall, what do you think? When do you think would be a good time to do it? I'm wondering if doing it after the skate park is open, like in May, maybe do it. And when things are going to start hopping in the park again and all the parks, before we go into summer and all of that, to
Well-
have something, and also include the skate park in this, how they're going to enforce stuff over there.
Right, and yeah, because that's gonna be our guys on,
That's
John
what I'm
Gibson.
thinking. That's
Right, and see what's happening, Atalia just said, as of last Friday, there were 161 inpatients daily. But now, as of Tuesday, it dropped now. It was down
it
to
did?
130. It's dropping. It was down 8%.
I just hope it continues to drop, because
Well, that's what I saw today on the news, that
I'm
it's
concerned about this
continuing.
BA.4 or whatever it is, the variant of Omicron.
Yeah, the BB2, as they call it. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Did you notice that? Have you watched the news? What's it called? Not metformin. What's the
Oh, the one they out, the
Moderna?
drugs. and the-
Moderna and Pfizer have a shot that will protect you from the Omicron.
Right, but it's only in
They're almost,
right now.
yeah, but it's almost, that they're almost 100% that this thing will work. And it's just because the Omicron is really, basically, it gives you the flu.
For some people.
Yeah,
But for people like me and people that have health conditions, it can be deadly. Even
yeah, it
though
could be deadly. Yeah.
so
And
that's why I'm stuck at home, not going anywhere really. I mean, this is how crazy it is for me to take my mom to the doctor. I had to wear a KN95 with an N95 over it to double mask.
yeah,
And I wore protective lenses.
yeah. Yeah, you know what's funny is pretty soon we're going to be walking around. We're going to have a total condom cover us.
Yeah, well, I've got one. We
You
bought
know,
them. We
they
bought
have-
them. We bought
yeah.
biohazard suits, both for
Right,
myself and
right.
Ted, in case
They're-
we end up being that bad where we have to do that.
yeah, where they're plastic, and well, they're saying that you can't catch it by touching or anything because it's a mist that comes out of your mouth. That's what,
Right, but the sad part about it is, and the scary part is, they're saying with Omicron, you can catch it outside.
yeah,
It's not, the other one wasn't spreadable outside, it was more inside, and that's why outdoor dining was okay. But now they're saying Omicron can be spread with even outdoors because it's aerosol.
right.
Even the original one though, it stayed it was airborne for a long time. That's why at schools, we still do electrostatic, but we still had to have people stay out for a long time because it can stay in the air for a long time.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. See, that's one of the things with,
And that's the thing, like Ted won't let me go get the mail. When the mailman comes with no mask on, he makes me wait like 10, 20 minutes until after the mailman has been gone and I have to wear a mask to go out there and get the mail.
yeah.
Because his
No, it's true.
aerosols are still existent without him wearing a mask.
Yeah, I see the mailman all the time when he comes. If I'm sitting at the table on the laptop doing work, I usually see him, or my dog goes off and I know it's the mailman. I see him. I won't go out there until after an hour, to
Yeah.
go get it. But amongst what's really good is that all of the ladies at the assistants league and the doctor, the dental doctor and the assistant, the hygienist, and everybody there has had the COVID shot and the booster.
Right.
And so, like, our president Gwen got this Omicron 2 weeks ago,
Mhm.
and she said she was really shitty the first day and a half.
Yeah,
Second day, she woke up like nothing happened.
Ted's sister is vaccinated and boosted. She's an elementary school teacher.
Yeah.
And she got COVID. She just 2 weeks ago.
My
And she just got over it. She was okay. It wasn't super bad for her. She just like the flu, cold type thing, she said. She's just tired. She said
Yeah.
really tired.
Yeah,
But
that's what it does.
her
It
husband
fatigues
got it.
you.
Her husband got it and he's not vaccinated.
Oh, wow.
And he's still having residual problems
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
really
See,
tired and
if they would
Sinus
just listen and do the vaccination and booster, it is, and you and I got a lucky thing because, like I said, my immune is like at 2,700. And, they even said it with people with high immunity system, it would, on top of the shots and the booster, we're super protected pretty good.
right.
But you'll
So
get like,
what your antibodies are 2,600?
yeah, about 2,700.
That's what mine
That was about a month. That was a month and a half.
That was mine, August 30th. That's what
Yeah. Well,
or
because you know what?
November 30th, they did mine, and mine
Yeah.
were 2,600. So
Okay, so I was 2 days before Thanksgiving.
yeah, so I'm like, wow, I've got the booster really put my antibodies really far
Yeah,
up
see, that must have been for me because on October 26th, I got the booster. And then, like I said, on the 25th or 24th of November, I had to do the blood work and check it. And
I'm curious what mine is now, but I can't get it until 6 months is when I have to have it, the blood draw again.
No, mine does. I'll know now because I gotta do my blood work's coming up in March. First week of March.
Mine's February or
Yeah,
March.
see, but I'm every 3 months because of the diabetes.
Oh yeah.
See, so, but it's good. But like my son, 3 weeks ago, my son got, did the test. They got COVID. My daughter-in-law, the 2 girls, the little one got rid of it within a day. And
Wow.
then 2 days later, they checked her with a home test from the school, the on go. They got those, they're supposed to be really good, like 97% good.
That's what we just got in the mail, 4 of them today.
That's what we did too. On go, yeah.
Mhm.
I got them on Monday.
I got mine today.
Yeah. So yeah. So so then Joey said the next day he was feeling back to normal. Teresa was feeling it the second day too, Skylar, the oldest at 11, she had a fever for just 2 days, under 2 days. And she was really like tired and she didn't feel like doing anything, aches and,
So did school make them stay out?
Yeah.
Yep.
But then they went, and then all 4 of them went the end of last week, Thursday, and went to the school. And the school tested the mom, and because she also teaches my daughter-in-law.
Yeah.
She's an assistant. or
So
not,
they all got
she's a
tested.
sub, yeah. So they all four went, they let my son do it and her and everything. And Saturday, there was nothing, they were all negative. So
Wow.
now he's gonna get the girls, but now the girls have to wait a month. Before they
back to
can
school?
get the vaccine.
Oh, the girls haven't gotten
But
vaccinated.
no, one's 11, the other one's 7, but he's gonna do it, and he was gonna do it now in January, but because they got COVID, they said they gotta wait 30 days.
Oh, only 30 days?
Yeah, that's what they told
Wow.
us. Yeah. It's only 30 days,
Wow. But
and
they'll
so,
be super immune then if they get the vaccination after having COVID.
yeah, so they'll get vaccinated. Both the girls, my son and my daughter-in-law are vaccinated and boosted,
And they got
um,
COVID.
that they still got it. Yeah, because the girl must have got it, the
Yeah.
kids. Because in Skylar's class last week, there was only, out of 27 students, there was only 11. I mean, that's how bad it's been.
10 classrooms out of 16 quarantined last week.
Wow. Yeah, the whole school, the school that they go to is in Pasadena. It's called Don Quixote or Don Quixote. It's a very good school. They said they had like 40%, 38% of the kids in school were out.
Yep.
And that's just like the longshoremen. If you look Tuesday or Monday's Daily Breeze, longshoremen had 12 to 1,300 workers out for COVID.
Oh,
Well, the
that's crazy.
longshoremen walk around town not wearing masks.
I know.
I know, they're bad for it, yeah.
I'm so irritated with them. And I have
Yep.
a couple parents that I finally, because I'm on the COVID task force, and I finally told my boss, I said, look, we have to have a sign out front saying, this is a mask zone. If you don't have a mask, don't come in here. Because
Yeah.
one of the women tested positive. She gave it to her special needs daughter and her son. She walks around with no mask. And I don't know if she's had an antigen test to say if she's not positive anymore. I don't know. And she's exposing all of our kids. I was so mad today. And
Yeah.
she wants an altercation with me. So I'm really trying to
Right.
avoid it.
And you know what is the sad part about this is with the Omicron, it's not a one and done. A friend of mine's a nurse and she's on her 4th time having COVID.
Wow.
Yeah, see, her immune system must be low though, too.
She's she works in ICU.
Yeah, I know.
She's exposed constantly.
I take at least 3 to 4 times a week.
She's over at Little Company Mary here in Torrance.
Oh, wow. See, I take echinacea, that's an immune buildup. It's all natural stuff.
I can't take echinacea because it counteracts with lupus.
Really? Yeah. I take echinacea. I take probably 2 tablets. Let's say I do it like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. I'll do 2 tablets a day like that. And that's what's helped me. I mean, I haven't, knock on wood, I haven't had a for 2 years now, a cold or a cough, ever since I've been taking the echinacea. But you know what? The shots could have helped me too, for that matter,
Yeah, that's true.
They got whatever they got in there,
So the town hall.
So you're thinking in May, or do we wait? We wait to see when?
May 2022, and we'll
Okay.
be pretty close, even if the park hasn't opened over there, the skate park.
But it should be at the point where it's painted and everything.
Right. And we can have the guy in charge of it show up for the thing too, so he can be involved in making sure that there's going to be some sort of accountability for that skate park for oversight.
Andy? Yeah, we can have Andy.
Sure.
Yeah.
Security wise over there to patrol it and all of that.
Right.
Who's going to do it? Is it going to be Rec and Park? Is it going to be LAPD, Port Police, or who is it going to be?
It won't be Port Police. They're out of it. It's going to be LAPD. He knows.
So.
Well, it's considered private property, right?
What?
Well, it's San Pedro's property now.
Yeah.
Again.
Oh, it's the city of San Pedro's property?
Nancy, but he also said to me tonight, I forgot to say, he also told me that he's got a friend that's at the highway patrol. And they'll be stopping by too. And
Oh,
make,
that's good.
yeah. Andy's got that covered with them. So
So
that's why I
who I've
said,
got-
hopefully,
So the list I've got is Park Rangers, LAPD, CD15, Dan Dedman, Mayor's Office, Maintenance Rec and Park, and include skate park.
include the skate park with Andy Harris. Yeah.
Andy Harris?
Andy Harris. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That way we can kind of, because these town halls, I think they help and they get the public involved to know,
Are we meeting there or are we?
No, it'll be on Zoom.
Zoom. Okay. Yeah, I'll be there. Yeah. So I'll be there.
So,
You got
well,
me.
I'm gonna probably have you be the co-chair for this, to run it,
Yeah, no problem.
to run the town hall, because you have to have somebody be a moderator and then somebody, guiding the panelists and stuff.
Okay.
So
You got it. I got your back, girlfriend.
and what I'm thinking too is we need to come up with questions, and we can work on that next meeting to try and figure out questions that we submit to them ahead of time that they'd be ready to answer for us as a
Yeah.
committee, and then the community can ask their questions. But we
Okay.
need a list of questions that we think that they need to address, like maintenance, permitting. Who's going to enforce these permits going forward?
Right.
Who do you call if you have incidences going on in the park? We need that ironed out exactly what they want us to do.
Okay.
Because
And
many times we call over here and they don't come.
Okay. And we can probably ask Vic to come on next month if we're going to start doing questions, and while we do the questions, he could type them up and everything and have them, since
Yeah,
he's one, that's
he's
what he
been
is
He's sick. He got COVID.
Oh, is that what he got? Yeah, he told me. I covered for him Tuesday to make, because he says, I'm not,
He's sick. He's really sick.
Oh,
wow.
geez.
Had a
Did he get
relapse.
shot? No, he didn't get the shots.
Yeah, he did. In August, he finally got it.
Oh. But so is it bad, or is he?
It's just he's really exhausted and just really, sinuses are really bad and everything.
Yeah. See, the doctor told me, a friend of mine, he says, you want to get COVID real easy. If workers are people that are run down, that have been working too much, or, over strenuous, where, you're just so physically and mentally tired,
Mhm.
you're going to get it. That's why most people get sick, when their bodies are run down from doing
Run down. Yeah.
too much. I mean, that's the old adage to a cold, when people say, because people like me, I mean, I've been around people that had colds, and I didn't get, like I said, knock on wood,
Yeah,
I didn't get it, because I stay up with and I got to look, I take care of two people during the day, and I gotta get my rest during the night. That's why I'm on the couch. I'm good. It reclines. I watch something. I'll fall asleep for 3, 4, 5 hours. I'll wake up, go on the computer. It might be 3 o'clock, 2:30. I'll go on the computer. I'll do some stuff on that. I'll answer, because you'll see sometimes I send emails that.
How do you sleep on the couch reclining? I mean, our couch reclines, and I sleep on that, and it's just like my back hurts from being bent. Like,
Well, you know what? This one here has a thing for your back.
Lumbar support.
Something like that. It's just a little bit there, not enough to like push your back out, but it's not bad. It's comfortable. I knock my shoes off. I hit the switch. It reclines me back. I put a pillow, and then the other part is got another switch for the headrest that comes up.
see, my mother can't sleep in a bed. Because of her asthma, she sleeps in a reclining chair.
Wow. Yeah, no, I'll do that. I'll do that now. If I'm super tired, let's say she'll go up at 9:30 because she gets up at 5:30. And she'll go up, and then because I stayed there to listen for my mother, any little,
Right.
So I run, I'm, even though I'm asleep, I'll hear her.
Oh, wow.
It's just amazing. I'll hear something, and like she did to me the other night, 2 in the morning. I
The
must have
fall.
been, I know I was asleep because I was watching, on HBO, I was watching the old Batman, the first one with
Oh,
Michael Keaton.
wow.
I said, I want to go back. So I'm watching it. And it was at the point where, right in the beginning of the movie, I remember where the two guys were, and he goes, "What are you, man?" He goes, "I'm the Batman." And then, and that's all I remember. It was 2 o'clock, and I hear her, "John, John." I get up. I go, "What?" She says, "Give me something to drink. My mouth is dry." So, I gave her some water and everything. And so then I
That
was,
when she fell?
huh? Oh,
That
yeah, this was Tuesday. Yeah, this was this Tuesday, 2 days ago. She's been doing well. I mean, you
was
couldn't even
good.
tell my mother did any damage. Because you should have
So
seen her. I was telling you,
let's
you should have
see.
seen her. She didn't.
Okay, so the fruit
Yeah.
vendors, discussion update about the fruit vendors in neighborhood and what action has been taken. So at CPAB, I was brought it up to the captain and LA County. LA County, what is her name? Erica is Janice Hahn's rep. And Ryan Ferguson at CD 15. And what the captain had said and Sergeant Schoon was that they agreed that with the county, they're going to do a task force. And they're going to us, San Pedro area, especially down in northern San Pedro, our area, and also Wilmington, they're going to do a task force to check for their permits and their health and all of that and go through
You're talking
and,
about the
and try and encourage them to be up on the Gaffney corridor rather than in neighborhoods.
Yeah, she's talking about the vendors that sell the papayas and
Fruit vendors.
mangoes and the oranges and all that.
Oh, not the ones that have the carts, because the ones that have the carts have a permit.
Well, that's who they're talking about, the ones
Yeah.
with the carts.
The fruit cart. The ones with the carts, and then do all the fruit on the ice thing and make like the things with the Mexican spice thing on it. And
yeah, like a snow cone. Yeah.
Like a snow cone. And they also have big bags of fruit sitting out in front and all of that. And they, what they're doing is they're going to do a task force for that because of that way, because they've had a lot of complaints. And so with that being said, we, from a stakeholder, we got a letter requesting that we do a letter to the mayor because he's gotten nowhere with the public health, with the county or LAPD to get it taken care of. And he feels that he wears a mask and has to get vaccinated and all these mandates, and that we should do something about these food vendors. And he wants the neighborhood council to take action on this and write a letter to the mayor. What we can do is my decision on this is, number one, it's not on the agenda. The letter just came through today. And so it has to be agendized in time for a letter to be written. And so what I feel we should do is give until the next meeting to see if anything's done with this task force, that they act, quickly on this or not. And in the meantime, I'll work on a letter and we can agendize it for the next meeting.
Okay.
But there's got to be
sounds
time to write a letter and get it
right.
adequate to address everything and all of that, and then go from there. But I think it's only fair, since it was addressed at CPAB, that we allow them the time to try and do what they said they were going to do.
Yeah, you gotta give them at least a month, month and a half to
Yeah.
gather up, see who they're gonna use for the task force. And, you know, I'm sure they're gonna get people on their day offs, or maybe, or
Who would
however
run
they're
the
gonna do it, you
task
know,
force? Police or-
so, okay.
The other thing is the homeless thing up on the Gaffey corridor across from,
The green
Target.
belt,
yeah,
how many are over there?
one. There's the one right across from Target in the thing. He's on the picnic table and he's got a big, huge encampment there. I filed it with LA Hop, which is LASA, you know, with their homeless
Yeah.
people, to get them, but it takes time for them to respond. I know when I did the one at Rouse, it took him like a month to even come out after I sent it, but they did move him on once they came and got him services, and he picked up all of his stuff when he was up at the Rouse, at the entrance of Rouse up there on Capitol. So I filed it with that. I did a 311, and they said the best thing to do was, one, file the 311 for it, or the LA Hop that we did, as well as the SLO, Officer Ike, knows about it. So he's gone out there and talked to him, but his hands are tied because it's a rec and park. It's a park. And rec and
And so
park.
the rangers have to deal with it.
Yes.
I'm
So are they
surprised
gonna deal with it?
vigilantes with this.
Hopefully. They said they were going to contact, LAPD was going to contact the Rangers.
Okay,
So. The next thing, CPAP meeting. Okay, so a lot of changes. We have a new captain. The other captain is gone, and this new captain is young and he's really nice. His name is Brent McGuire. They're also changing some of the staffing and stuff at LAPD Harbor Division. So they're changing around the SLOs. Our new SLO is Officer Ike. He will be
yeah,
at our next meeting for neighborhood council. He, the new captain, I was really impressed by him. He seems very responsive to the community and very willing to listen to us, at least at this point. You know, he seemed very open to answering questions and listening and addressing problems that are out there. He came from Hollywood, West Hollywood Division.
no sugar in his boots. They're
Mm-mm.
tough guys out there.
Yep.
I know those guys. I had a friend of mine who was, well, my cousin John, he did 3 years there.
So far,
And-
I'm impressed. I like him.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is he, young guy saying?
He's younger,
Like his 30s?
30s, maybe early 40 at the most.
Yeah, that's good.
But
Yeah,
he's
sometimes they bring new stuff to the table, you know?
very, what's the word I'm looking for? He's very eloquent when he talks and very, very personable, which I
Nice.
think is important for the community.
Yeah,
I feel like he's somebody that the community and the neighborhood councils to go to.
because that makes a big difference when you have a captain that if he presents himself in the manner of a respectful person, and he respects the opinions and everything what the stakeholders say, then you're going to get the stakeholders on your side. And right now, that's what they need. They
right.
need, you know, where, not saying that Captain, what was his name?
Asda.
Manny? Asnek, yeah. Not that saying he was a bad guy, but you know, he was probably getting up there in age and stuff.
Well,
And
he's rough around the edges too, and he kind of rubs some of the things that he said to people the wrong way, the way that he
right,
responded to
right. This one here is probably now in this new regime where, you know, racism, you know, bad talking to people or talking to
Right.
people down and stuff. That's not the way they are. But, and then he could be a big asset to us. So that's good.
the update on Harbor Highlands Park.
So you said that they're not gonna fix the door?
The bathroom
I
doors still
noticed
are
the
not
bath,
fixed. They
they're
still
not
are not
fixed still?
fixed.
I
They
thought I
still are
saw
not.
that the other night, I saw it
Wide
cracked open.
They're wide open. Ted
Yeah.
went for a walk night before last, and he said they were wide open. He said, and you know, somebody was laying in the opening of one of the doors, just on this ground, just kind of laying there, all passed out.
Oh, wow.
Do they come
I
and
brought
clean
it
them?
out. I brought it up to Harbor Division. If there was anything, I asked the captain, is there anything you can do for us and help us? Because nothing's happening. And, you know, they've been sitting broken for like a good 4 months now. And they came and fixed them in one of the doors. And then somebody got themselves locked in the bathroom and they had to break the door. And they never come to fix it. And that was 4 months ago.
Yeah, that was, I remember that. That was back in September.
I'm
So-
surprised
Bad guy.
a lot of parks took the bathrooms out, like Elma Park. I mean, God, it's been so many years. You know, they found that dead body in front of the bathroom door, and they took out the bathroom. It's never been a bathroom there since. But somebody said there was a bathroom again there, so I don't know.
Yeah, well, somebody already died in our bathroom already from a drug overdose
Yeah,
here 2 years ago.
yeah, when they were
Was
first
it
built
Christmas?
within the first month or two.
What was Christmas? Christmas morning,
Yeah. 2020 or 2019?
2019, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was crazy. And,
Yeah.
you know, I've done everything I can do, you know, humanly possible. I've gone to Joe's office, including them in emails, gone to the head of maintenance, gone to Deanne Dedman, who is the regional supervisor for Rec and Parks over there on PV Drive North. She's the boss of everybody, over Leslie over there and everything. And she basically, in an email, I have it in writing, told me that there's not enough money to keep repairing these doors, that they have to look at alternatives to a way for those doors to lock them. So meantime, instead of fixing them, they sit open.
yeah, come on. I mean, with all the technology that we have,
Right, we were
Get
told though,
telling-
the community was promised when those bathrooms went in, Joe's office stood right there and said, if they go in and become a problem, we will remove them. They will be locked at sunset and they will be maintained. And they haven't.
nobody comes and cleans them.
They clean them, yes. The Rec and Park cleaners come like every couple days, especially after the weekend, but they
Yeah.
aren't fixing them.
Yeah,
During
They're
the,
not.
you know, they're nasty. They're really
Yeah.
nasty in there because they're being left open, and it doesn't make it usable for any other normal person to go in there and use them. For the
No,
children that use the
I-
park.
I wouldn't bring my kid in there. You know, I mean, those guys take showers in there. I
And
told you the
do
one
more
night we
and
saw
shoot
that there was a
up
guy, there was
and just
you
like
know.
the lady that I had to go put a hazmat sign here the summer before COVID out there, because a lady locked herself in the bathroom, a homeless woman. She locked herself in the bathroom and wouldn't come out. And we had a preschool that was here, and they're trying to get in, you know, they're all trying to go potty before they leave, you know, on the bus. and the kids, and you hear her in there screaming and yelling when somebody knocked on the door because she'd been in there so long, cursing and yelling and everything, yelling the F word out the window, and that what bowel movement she's doing and everything. And then, so finally we got LAPD out there, and they came and they opened it up, and she come out of there screaming that the gang members were after her and everything, and just really crazy. And she had gone number 2 and smeared it all over the place in the
Oh
bathroom.
my God.
So I had to post a sign saying that the kids couldn't go in there, and the restroom was closed, and they had to get hazmat out.
Jeez. I don't know. Maybe sometimes, Mel, that this was too much for us to have, and you know, they shouldn't have built the bathrooms.
You know, it's almost like they need to put like a deadbolt lock on them that locks, and give somebody a key to open them and unlock
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Because it needs something. It needs something really bad, you know. Can't keep doing this like this.
So
Yeah, okay.
either that or just take the doors off completely.
Well, that's what I said. Do like some bathroom is that they
Are there
just,
stalls in there?
What?
Is it stalls or is it one?
Oh, it's one
toilet?
bathroom. There's no stalls.
Oh, then they have to have a door.
So there's no privacy if you take off the doors.
right.
Yeah, can't do that because in case of children. You don't want to.
But they don't close anyway right now. They're broken to even close. They don't close. They're so
Really?
bent arm on them on the top that they will not close.
Yeah, see, the only thing you could do is build, like a lot of the bathrooms they have at some of these rest stops, where they got a wall that comes out.
That's what I was just thinking. A wall
Yeah,
in
it comes
front
out
of
about 3-4 feet and then goes to the left, you know, 5-6 feet, where you can't see in the bathroom because of the
Right.
wall. I mean, that's the only thing you could do, and then maybe install stalls where the toilet is, you know, and just have an enclosed stall, you know, with the door. But you know, it's because you don't want everybody coming in there, someone's taking a shit, and the last thing I want is somebody to see me taking a dump.
Yeah.
You know,
Or the little
that's-
kids, people.
or a little kid sitting on, yeah, you know.
those kids. That's the thing.
Yeah.
But see, see, with the homeless in there, that scares me with you
The
get a
kid?
kid that has to go to the bathroom and he sits on that toilet where the homeless was, and you
Yeah.
just don't know what they can.
If I had children, I would never let them go in that bathroom.
No, I told my granddaughters when
Or
if
they've
somebody
always
takes
used
them,
to run across the street and just go to Target.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what I would do.
well, for me, they
That's
could always
actually
come.
safer.
They could always come back home because I'm right down the street. But I don't want them going. My grandkids, when they go to the park there, I don't want them going in that bathroom. I tell them I don't even want you drinking out of the fountain.
No.
You know, I mean, that's how bad it is. But
My boss was so excited because we got this new fountain where you could fill your water bottle. And I told her, I said, don't drink from that thing. The kids lick it. She goes, what?
Oh, yeah.
oh yeah,
So the next day, this kid, one of my students out there licking it. And I told her, I said, that's why you don't use those.
yeah, that's so bad.
Oh, I mean, they're kids. They don't know.
No, they don't. They don't, especially when they're autistic. To them, it's, you know, poor guys.
Oh, the things I'm going to write a book one day of all the things I never thought I'd have to tell a kid.
Yeah, that would be, yeah.
So do you guys have any future ideas for public safety?
I really am concerned about the amount of graffiti in San Pedro.
About what?
The graffiti.
The amount of graffiti? Oh God, there's tons of it lately.
Yeah, yeah,
And
there's been a lot.
And they damaged some stuff like murals and stuff that were painted, and like this girl had barely painted, the artist had barely painted the utility box, I guess. She had just painted it in downtown Pedro area. And no sooner had she painted it, it's like the next day they tagged it really bad.
Yeah.
Well, don't get rid of it. So what that's telling me, and that's what I was trying to ask Harbor Division. What that tells me is if the gang members are tagging it, that means they're really they're trying to run the town. And so what are the police doing about it? Because a sign of a lot of graffiti means the gang activity is very active.
Yeah.
And it's all over, and it's this one particular, I had several phone calls about it. That's why I was like, what? And then I noticed, and now a couple of people were like, they're over by, oh God, I can't remember where it was. I know where, right when you come into San Pedro, there was some stuff.
Oh, the Welcome Bridge and all of that.
But
That wall where they're building that new park.
Yeah.
That's bad all through there.
That guy, it's one particular person. So whoever that is, they need to bust who that is.
The other thing is what I found out is, you know, there's a red SUV that was stealing the catalytic converters, remember? And they arrested those people. There was 2 guys and a girl.
Oh yeah.
They were out of jail within like a week. And they moved over on 16th Street now in Pedro.
Oh wow.
So that means like they're really going to stop what they're doing. I doubt it.
You did find a lot of stolen catalytic converters at some place that was fencing them or whatever.
Yeah.
They did bust them.
So that's the other thing we need to really, with the catalytic converters, that's another idea, is to see how we can
I'm sorry, I am so tired.
because the police have no more money to buy the clubs to give out for free. They don't have any more to give out. It's really too bad. I wish that we had some sort of funding that we could dip into to be able to have a bunch of clubs to give out to people. You know, to get people to have clubs for their cars. Because right now the big cars that are being that they're stealing the catalytic converters out of are Hondas and Priuses and Kias. And in Northwest area this last week, we had 2 vehicles over here stolen this last week, a Kia and a Chevy Silverado. They recovered the Chevy Silverado. They got a phone call, the people that live over here in our community in Taper area, got a phone call from Compton tow yard that the truck was in the tow yard. And so they had to go have it checked out because they had taken it for a joyride and they front end collisioned the truck, the Silverado. So what they're saying is the Kias too, they can start them with a USB cable. You can start a Kia, some of the older Kias and stuff, because the type of key thing they have, it's one little slot and they take the USB plug and put it in and turn it and they can start the car. I posted a video on Neighborhood Watch, John, of that.
Oh, wow.
Doing it.
Yeah, I saw you had I'll have to look at it.
They learned it on YouTube. It's on YouTube how to do that.
Jeez.
And so that's how they're stealing all the Kias.
I have a Kia. I'm sitting in my Kia.
Ted's got a Kia, but it's he has a fob. Instead of having a key, he has like a fob where you push a button and start the car. The problem with the fobs are, what they're saying is if you have an alarm on your car and you have a fob, you need to not leave it close to where they can get the signal or by a door, because you need to put it in like a box, like one of those things like you do with your credit card. because they can start your car if they can pick up on the signal
Oh, wow.
and get in your car.
My
Yeah, see,
my Saturn thing, when you used to push the button on my Saturn, it used to turn my brother-in-law's lantern on and off.
Oh, oh wow.
Well,
I went to
like,
my car one time, and I turned on his lantern.
jeez. Well, like the Toyota, you got to have your foot on the brake in order for it to start.
Oh, really?
Yep. It won't start just like that.
I think my Honda's the same way.
Yeah, you got to be in, once you sit down, got your belt on, you put your foot on the brake, push the button on the dash, fire it up. If you don't, all it does is doesn't do anything, just gives you one set of lights, you know. So
They were telling Kia people to get one of those, what are they called? The
oh, the
bars,
club,
the club that attaches to the dashboard and then it goes down.
yeah.
There's a new one, and that way they'd have to totally take the steering column off in order to get it.
Oh, wow.
Jeez.
Anything. So yeah, we're breeding a world of criminals.
Yeah. So we can put that on then for, you know,
So
about the
catalytic
graffiti.
converters, figure out what we can do to for deterrent to help community. Also car theft.
Yeah. And catalytic converters.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Yeah.
Um,
A lot of people I've noticed on the bluff that a lot of their cars are being stolen.
yeah. It's crazy. And then
And
like if your car, like the Silverado, that they crashed it, you know, say you've got a new car or one that's paid off or whatever, and they crash it and it's totaled, you don't get the whole value to replace your car then. Or if it's somebody, you know, if you have liability, say, because to save money for insurance, your car's paid off and you decide, okay, I'm just going to have liability now instead of, you know, it's an older car, but
yeah,
that gets stolen, then it doesn't cover it for theft.
yeah. No, I still have full insurance. My car's paid, but I still
Mine's paid off and I still have full
I
coverage
still
on
keep full coverage. I don't care. I'm not,
because I don't trust this area very much about
no, because
cars and
they,
stuff, and
I mean, I put mine in the garage, but I mean, still, I just don't,
can't because our garage is turned into a storage unit.
yeah, see, but like at work where she's at in the parking lot, she don't see it. Anybody can go there and boom, steal it,
Yeah,
even though they're at the hospital. I mean, yeah,
yeah, the hospital,
you
it's
know,
crazy.
so.
I don't know, at Little Company of Mary, they have pretty strict security there, like at Little Company of Mary. I'm sure Torrance
They do.
Memorial does too.
Yeah, they do in one section, but where she's at, she's behind the X-ray, you know, the parking lot behind
Right.
the X-ray building. That's a tier 3 building over there.
Oh,
And,
okay.
you know, so she's in that building.
Yeah, because when I took mom to go get her testing done at Little Company of Mary, they wouldn't let me in there, so I had to wait in the car for her till
Yeah,
she
they're not letting anybody in
with
right
her
now.
procedures. So I stayed in the car, and it was early in the morning. I had to have her there at like 6 in the morning, and I was tired. So I brought a blanket and pillow, and I was laying in my car. I had the security guard knock on my door and knocking, and I'm like sleep, and I sit up and I open the door and I go, "Can I help you?" He goes, "We don't allow homeless to sleep in the parking lot."
Oh, God.
And I'm going, excuse me, I'm not homeless. I said, I'm waiting for my mom for her procedure. Oh,
Jeez.
I'm glad Kaiser didn't do that. I was there for my son for like 3 days sitting in the parking lot waiting because the first time we took him, we waited and waited and waited, and then they'd send him home. The second time, we waited and waited and waited, and they kept him. And then the third time, I waited and waited and waited for him to be let out a couple days later.
oh my goodness.
Oh,
I
God.
lived in the parking lot at Kaiser for like 3 days.
Jeez.
Was this your older son, right?
I only have one son. I have my grandson.
How's your son?
Yeah, he's 32. He had a GI bleed, and
Oh, wow.
it was bad. And
Wow.
so we took him to the hospital, and then they let him go. And then a couple days later, it was worse. I mean, it was. It took me almost 3 hours to clean it all up.
Oh
And
my
my poor
goodness.
baby was in the bathtub, and I was trying to get him clean, and um, trying to get. And then finally, I called 911, and we took him to emergency. So
Oh, wow.
it was
Yeah.
bad. So yeah, he was in the hospital for a couple days, and it was just, it was crazy. I'm
What did
glad
they
he's
do?
okay.
Do they have to do surgery or anything? Or
No, they did a colonoscopy and an endoscopy, but he has diverticulosis, which is for some reason runs in our family. I don't know what it is, but and then I guess some inside uh, hemorrhoids that were bleeding. So they think that a pocket broke or something from the diver. I don't know. We haven't gotten the results from the tests that they took, but
oh,
everything else was
wow.
good. Yeah, it was bad. It was very
My
scary.
mom has diverticulosis that has hospitalized her with diverticulitis bad a couple of times. And now all of us kids have diverticulosis
Yeah,
from it.
yeah, we
It
do
seems
too.
to be a hereditary thing.
Yeah, my mom had it, but it was weird because he had to have a transfusion, and when the first one happened, he he was okay, and they did the blood work and everything. And they said he was okay, but within 2 days later, when he had the second one, he went down fast,
Oh, wow.
but he lost a lot of blood, so he had to have a transfusion. But it was scary.
That's crazy. And then during COVID too, right?
Yeah, and he
Yeah.
can't go into see him. They let his wife stay with him, um, until they got him until they took him to a room, and then she had to leave, and we couldn't visit him at all while he was in the hospital. So we were all, calling in, FaceTiming, and everything. And yeah, it was really hard.
That's crazy.
Yep.
So I'm trying to think if there's anything else that for future items.
I can't think of anything. I have got to get out of this parking lot, though. I stopped so I could. I have to
Um,
return something at Kohl's,
Okay.
so I was right here. So I'm
So-
like, okay, I'm gonna go return
so
So
I
something.
let's think, we got time. Let's think about it this next week or so.
about it, and we'll adjourn the meeting for now.
Yeah. And then we'll figure, well, we could always send you an email on some stuff.
Yeah.
If you come
know.
up with something, you think of something to add. And then in the meantime too, I'm gonna go take a dive through the Public Safety Committee for City Council and see if there's any CISs or anything that we
Oh,
can
okay.
on
Okay. That'll be good. Yeah.
next meeting too, to see if there's anything in there to do a deep dive on that's coming up. Because we may want to weigh in on some of the measures several public safety measures that Joe has proposed. There's several of them that he has. There's like 3 or 4 that I heard. So we may want to do a CIS on maybe 1 or 2 of them, or 3 or 4. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see what they say.
Okay.
Some of them have to do with homelessness though, the cleanups and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of touchy when you start touching on that a little bit, because people go different ways on our board,
Yeah.
and they don't agree with Joe with what he's doing, some of them.
Yeah. Okay.
Alrighty, okie doke.
All right. Well, then that's good.
So we're good, and until next month. Alrighty,
Yeah.
Safe, and
Sounds
talk soon.
talk to you later. Alrighty,
okay.
bye you
Bye.
guys.
Bye.